Alrighty. What's up, YouTube? Decided to, this is part 2 of my journey in the Navy. Woo! Okay, so, first step that I took was going to see my recruiter. My recruiter is awesome. I went to, I used to go to BMCC, so there's a recruiting station right over there, Tribeca station. The two recruiters I have, like, they're awesome. They're very, I don't even know the right word for it, but like they're very attentive about like their future sailors' needs, as well as just like any type of like questions that you have, anything like that. One of them's actually leaving. I'm kind of upset, but you know, I'll probably keep in touch with him or anything like that. But definitely saw him. One of the main things that you have to do when you go to a recruiter is know why you want to join. You know, don't just join on the spur of the moment type thing, because they are going to thoroughly ask you questions. They're not going to be, you know, like you have to like know like your real reasons and why. Like, don't join for a dumb reason, you know. But I'm not one to make the decision for anyone else. Afterwards, after about a year of going back and forth seeing the recruiter, because after a while, like, I basically knew the ropes around like the jobs and, well, certain jobs and certain things or whatever, and being there and stuff. So the next step that I took was going to they let me take a practice test. You take a practice test when you're there. And around the time on the test, I scored like a 43, which was like a little bit below what was needed for the Navy, because every branch has a different, how would you say, like, passing grade. And the highest I know that the hardest branch to get into is the Air Force, because like they look for like, you know, the super smart people and stuff. Then it's Navy, Army, and then Marines. That's as far as I know. Like, Marines, you don't really need like a high score to, you know, go into the branch. But they are the few, the proud, and the brave, right? Anyway, boo. But, you know, it's a fellow Marine people and stuff, whatever. But anyway, so, after I took the practice test, and they asked me, like, you know, like, you have to like fill out medical work, and you have to, like, any medical history that you have, they ask a certain paperwork. So I had a medical issue back when I was 14, 15, 16, I don't know, like, it happened like early, like in my early teens, and I had to, like, you know, hand in paperwork and things like that. When you get to the recruiter, they're going to explain the whole medical thing to you. If like, depending on like with the whole asthma thing, I'm not too sure. I think it depends on certain levels, like how bad is your asthma. But also, I say a lot, don't I? But yeah, so oh freak, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I went to recruiter to practice medical history, and yeah, so like with the whole medical thing, like, you know, you have to be wary of everything that you're doing medically wise, because like if you had a surgery, or if you had like, if it didn't happen more than 7 years ago, it shouldn't matter, as far as I know. Like, I had surgery technically like about 7 years ago. Like, I'm 21, it happened around I was like 14, I had surgery or whatever, and the surgery wasn't serious, like it wasn't anything like that, but it really shouldn't have mattered. But because it was a surgery, I just told them that, you know, oh, I handed in my paperwork and stuff like that. But if you have any questions about, like, you know, like any medical stuff, just go to your nearest recruiter and ask them. I recommend going to Tribeca because they're awesome. And also Harlem's recruiting station. Actually have a different recruiter that I met before when I went to MEPS yesterday. So in relation to the ASVAB, you will need to pass it, because you need at least a 50 to get into the Navy. That like, because that's the best, because that's like the minimum grade that you'll be able to find a decent job in. And this was my ASVAB book, Kaplan. This is a good book. To be honest with you, I'm an idiot, because I looked at the book maybe approximately 5 times since I bought it for about like a month and a half, and I didn't thoroughly look through it as much as I should have. But yeah, it's basically like, you know, like the basics with taking the test. There's 7 parts to the test depending on the branch. When you actually go to take your test, you depending on the branch, you have certain additional tests that you have to take. Like with the Navy, you have to also take this detailed test where like it's a coding. So like say like you're given like a list of letters, they ask you to like look through the letters and then click which one, and you can't use the mouse, you have to use just your fingers. So they're trying to see how fast are you able to find details. And you know, I missed it by freaking three things because your time. So that kind of like screwed me over, but I missed 3. That made me mad upset. Yes, so there are 7 parts to this test. Or is it more? 7 parts. Yes, I did, whatever. You have word knowledge, you have paragraph comprehension, math, which is arithmetic, reasoning, and math knowledge or whatever. General science, which is like technically like bio, all that good stuff. Electronics, automotive, and mechanical comprehension, and assembling objects. The part that I bombed, which means the part that I did miserably in, was the automotive and electronics. Ironically enough, my dad was a mechanic and my grandfather as well, so you would think I would pass that part. No. Like that's one of the reasons why I recommend to actually like get a ASVAB book. This is the one I got. My best friend got the ASVAB book for dummies. But I wanted to get this one because it seemed a little bit more detailed than that one. I got it from Barnes & Noble's. It was like $20 and I got a discount because I used to work there. So I definitely recommend to get this book. It's not the test itself, you're timed in every part, and don't do what I did, which is one of the reasons why I actually got a 50, was because like I was so worried about time that I actually like sped through the questions really fast, which I do not recommend to you. I do not recommend it. On certain questions, when you start to realize that you're on a question for too long, you should go to the next one, because it will get annoying. And if you haven't been in school for a while, like I wasn't in school for about like a year for now. When I actually took the test, I do recommend that you get the book and you actually just like brush up your mind a little bit on it. I was worried that if I started reading too much of it, then I would go blank on the test, which I didn't do. But depending on the type of person that you are, I recommend that you get the book. So get an ASVAB book. Get one. Get one. If you don't want to buy it, you can get it from your nearest New York public library, but a library. And if they don't have one, order one. They're cheap. You can find everything on the internet. You can find practice tests. I'm telling you to take the ASVAB. Yes, so see, like this type of like suspension and steering system, I don't anybody got time for that. Like actually the reason why for that part of the test, that's more for like certain jobs. Like basically in the ASVAB, what you get on your ASVAB and when you actually go to MEPS depends on the type of job that you'll be qualified for. Now, because I did not for example, because I did not pass the electronic and mechanical part with a high score, that kind of disqualifies me from actually getting a construction job. If you're looking to go into construction or engineering, there are certain parts of the test that you have to master before above the other one. Let me see how much time I have on here. Oh, I can't even tell. So yeah, I think it's gonna rain. So yes, so basically, like, the different parts that are on it can tell you which jobs you'll be qualified for. Like, let me see, because I actually have a picture of my paper that I had that showed, like, specifically which parts I didn't do good on. Dang it. Gotta go through all my pictures. Being that I'm a photographer, I have like mad pictures for no reason. Okay. Sorry. I know this is taking like freaking uptime and stuff. Because I knew that when I actually gave back my paper to my recruiter, I was gonna get that back. Alrighty, I got it. So you will get a paper that says for official use only. This after you take the ASVAB, this is going to be the report, the unverified Windows CAT ASVAB test score report. CAT is like something for electronical stuff. So blah. Standard scores will be GS, which is general science, AR for arithmetic reasoning, WK, word knowledge, PC, paragraph comprehension, MK, I gotta get up on my acronyms. MK. Dang, why do I not know this? Oh, MK, math knowledge. EI is electronics information. 9 is automotive information. Systems, I believe. MC is mechanical. AO, assembling objects. VE and CS, I believe, are the additional tests that I had to take for the Navy. Like I said, it depends on the part that you take. So yes, for any of the branches, well, I'm going to talk about the Navy specifically first. You have to, when you're looking through jobs, you have certain jobs that ask you, oh, GT plus EL plus H. No, okay, what? I am bugging. Back to the original standard score with the GS, AR, WK. They're gonna ask you, for a specific job, say Master at Arms, right? You have to have MK plus PC plus WK. It has to reach a minimum in order for you to qualify for a certain job. Yes. So any job that you want, whether it's in the Navy, Army, Marines, or the Air Force, they're gonna ask you to add up certain scores and let you know what jobs you qualify for. The hard part is that after even if you do end up getting a good score, and even if you do end up passing like everything in your medical, it depends on what job is available for you at that moment. And that's what really sucks sometimes, because you're basically competing. You're basically competing for a job with the rest of the country and stuff like that. So it's a whole world. But yes, so that's the sum of my video. The ASVAB is very important. So I do not recommend that people take it lightly if you want to join a military branch. I recommend that if you want a really good paying job, to not really worry about going in as a high ranking, depending on if you went to school, but getting a really good score on your ASVAB. Because the higher you score, the more chances you have of actually getting a better job. So that ends this video. For all other videos, please subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, comment. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment box or message me. I am Moonlight Princess 91.